Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Angela. So I thought I would do, because this time last year I only had like 4 decks total. I've been on a bit of a spree this year. So I thought this year I would do my top 5 tarot decks that came into my collection this year that I've worked with exclusively longer than a 30-day period. I have a lot of decks that I got a lot of decks this year. But these are the 5 that I've consistently worked with for long periods of time that came into my collection this year. So, we're ready to start. And these are in no real particular order. I guess, because I can't remember a couple of them when I got them. If I got one before the other or whatever. But I guess I'll start off with my fave this year, which is the Encore Tarot by Cheryl Marchetti. This deck, I've talked about it so many times. It's gilded in this gorgeous red. These are the backs. When I first saw this deck last year, it wasn't, I couldn't find it anywhere. And then I knew as soon as I saw it, I had to have it. Look at that strength card. I mean, come on. Gorgeous. Let me see if I can lower this light a little bit. And this deck is just gorgeous. I mean, gorgeous. It reads very well. It's very decadent to me. Very beautiful. And the it has borders. The coins, which are pentacles, are green bordered. The majors are gray bordered. The cups are like this tan brown color, golden brown color. The wands are red. And the swords are blue, and each suit has its own palace card as well. So, yeah, this deck is gorgeous. Look at this hermit. I mean, and this is, I don't know if this is his last deck, but it's a compilation of several of his decks reimagined. And I did just get the Tarot Green Lux, and there's quite a few in there that are in this deck, but the coloring is a little different than what it would normally, than what it is in here, and what I'm used to in this deck. But I still love it because I love his work. But the artwork in this is just freaking beautiful. Freaking beautiful. And probably my favorite card in this deck, that moon, is amazing. It's everything. And the only difference in the moon card in the Tarot Grand Lux and this one is the female is not in the photo. Everything else in the moon card is the same, which I'm like, I love it anyway, regardless if she's there or not. I love this one, but I love the Tarot Grand Lux that there's nobody there. And I know that in this one there's someone there, so it kind of almost puts me in the moon card in the Tarot Grand Lux, filling that spot. So that's pretty cool. But this deck is gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I could talk about this deck forever. This is probably it is my top favorite that I got this year. Well, it's tied with another deck I'm going to show you. And I love that some of the wands have dragons in them. So that is the Encore Tarot by Cheryl Marchetti. I think it was $60 on his Etsy page, which is where I wound up finding it. Like I said, when I first saw this deck over a year ago, I couldn't find it anywhere. And then a bunch of synchronicities happened at the beginning of this year, and it was up for sale again on his Etsy page. So I'm so excited I got it. It's probably the one deck I never thought I would have in my collection that I wanted super bad. So then we have Terror of the Sidhe, which I waffled back and forth on this deck. And this is published by Schiffer Red Feather. I waffled back and forth on this deck for months and months and months. Should I get it? Comes with a great book. This is the original size, and these are the backs. And then I trimmed and edged it, which is like the best trim job I've ever done. I mean, I've only edged 2 decks, or trimmed 2 decks, but this one came out perfect. I edged it in this dark purple. Really gorgeous. Matches. It is fantastic. This deck I waffled back and forth on for quite a while. And the I can't remember. So the makers are Earth. The dreamers are swords. So the dancers are cups. High Priestess. And this is totally different than any deck I have in my collection at this moment. Like I said, I waffled back and forth for months. Probably a good 7-8 months on getting this deck. Something called, it just kept calling to me. Some of these look a little washed out because they're light. But, then I got it finally, and I'm like, why did I wait so long? This deck is like amazing, and the artwork is gorgeous. And Dreamer 8, look at that 8 of Swords. I mean, the mirrors and everything, it's exactly what I picture in the 8 of Swords. Warriors are wands. And I got this probably around June, and I got it, and I'm like, oh, I'm totally going to trim and edge that when I get it. And then I didn't want to because it felt almost sacrilegious to edge it or trim it or do anything. And then it started, like the bottom of the box seemed too small for the deck. And it kind of, like within a week, started chipping things away. I love that. Look at that. I mean, gorgeous. Excuse me. This deck is very deep, and it does feel very otherworldly, but at the same time, it feels like a world I've been to or came from or something. And it's just fantastic. Fantastic read. Yeah, it is gorgeous. And it's very deep. Very, very deep. So that is my Terror of the Sidhe that I got this year. I was kicking myself because once I got it in hand and I trimmed it and edged it, I was like, why did you wait so long? This is an amazing deck. Amazing deck. So yeah, I used it a lot this year. That's Terror of the Sidhe. So then we have, okay, my one and only RWS deck, the first RWS deck that I was drawn to because of the coloring. I got it off MakePlayingCards.com. It's the 2.0 Tarot. I've talked about this deck so much. It is freaking gorgeous. I love how, and you can't really tell here, my camera's kind of washing it out. Like this one, the borders, the color extends beyond the border. But the coloring in this deck is just, I can't even. The skies in this, like, look at that one. Just gray. It's gorgeous. Like, amazing deck. And it is the one, I've gotten a few RWS decks since this one, but this is the one that made me fall in love with RWS. Because as you know, if you've watched my channel before, I mentioned it hundreds of times. Look at there's the sky and there's green in there. Oh, it's beautiful. But my very first deck was the Radiant Rider-Waite Smith. I can't work with it. I still haven't worked with it. I was put off on RWS for a very long time because of that. And then I saw this deck. And that all changed. Look at like the purple and the blue in there. It's just beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful. And it's kind of washing it out on my camera, I think. Yeah, it's gorgeous. And even in this one, I don't know if you can tell, here in the glass, you can see like the reflection of the stained glass. Just the detail and the coloration of it makes it feel completely different than the previous deck that I had. And I have gotten a few since then. So I've got like 4 or 5 RWS decks now. And I think there's only like 2 more that I really want to get. And then I'm done with RWS, getting RWS decks. But never say never. I mean, look at that. Gorgeous. Even though it's gray, it's gorgeous. Look at the blue. Gorgeous. And I'm just trying to show y'all. Look at that one. All the different colors in there. Gorgeous. Even this night. This is one of the few decks, RWS decks, that I could show forever. And I like that Pixie's initials are in the corner. And I'm trying to find her. 8 of Swords, my favorite card in any deck. Love it. And that one is 2 of Swords. It's like you can see these rings of light and shadow. This Hermit. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Look at the sky in that one. Gorgeous. Star. Oh, the sky. I love it when it's got like the clouds, so it looks like it's a real sky out there. This world. This deck is beautiful. Beautiful. And something told me to buy it. I mean, I bought it because of the coloration in it. And then I said, I'm never going to work with this. I don't know why I bought it. And then I took it to work one day. So I woke up one morning and something said, take it to work and look at this Empress. Look at that sky. It is amazing. 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 And I took it to work, and then at lunchtime something said, draw a card with it. And I drew a card with it, and it was like, bam. Instant connection with this deck, and I haven't looked back since. But yeah, that is the T.O tarot. It is on makeplayingcards.com. I think it was $32. Worth it. And I love Make Playing Cardstock as well. So that was that one. Show 3. So here we have the Universal Celtic Tarot. I love this deck. I love it, love it, love it. It's published by Los Scarabero. It's got a couple extra cards in here. It's a little smaller than standard tarot sized. I did edge it in this dark green because look at the backs. So yeah, it is gorgeous. Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. I feel like, oh, that's really washed out. Look how beautiful he is. The Sun card. I feel like I'm in another world. Like I'm literally stepping into this fairy Fae world when I read with this deck, and it is amazing. Look at the dragon. It's amazing. It's very earthy. And it's gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous deck. To me, it has a completely different feel than a Rider-Waite Smith, which is one of the things I love about it. It's got all these greens in it, which is my favorite color, which I love about it. As soon as I saw the Eight of Swords in this, I'm like, I have to have this deck. And then there's so many other cards in here that are just like, knock your socks off. This is the reason I bought this deck. Look at that Eight of Swords. And I love this concept that, because normally when you look at the Eight of Swords, it's all about feeling trapped or seeing yourself in a negative way. This one, to me, depicts the opposite of that, because yes, she's got the swords around her. No, she's not blindfolded. She's got wings. She could take flight at any moment. And I love that idea about this. And plus, it's gorgeous with all the flowers and everything. And the owl behind her. It's breathtaking. Breathtaking. That's my dog. He's just somebody drove by. Love the strength of her. Hold on just a second. Okay. She's being a brat. Yeah, look at the Six of Swords. Gorgeous. Gorgeous cards. And this High Priestess, I didn't even realize until recently, she's got her fist up, like, ready to fight. I love that fierceness of the High Priestess. I love it. This deck is gorgeous. And every time I turn around, something's drawing me to work with it. And I don't think I've quite figured out what its purpose is, but it's, to me, specifically. But, yeah, I could look at this deck all day long as well. It's gorgeous. I feel like I'm in this other world, this fairy world. And, yeah, I love it. I'll show you the other card. Oh, look at this guy. Got a dragon peeking around him. Hangman, love it that he's the Green Man. And then the other card I was going to show you guys. I can't find her now. Look at that. Death card. Gorgeous. Except for the heads at the bottom. Oh my gosh. Stop. Look at that. Gorgeous. And this Empress here. Beautiful. Hold on. Yeah. Jeez. Okay. So, yeah, that was... I'll show you the Empress. That was the other reason I bought it. Once I got the deck, I'm like, that's a gorgeous Empress. Like, beautiful. So, yeah, that is the... She's going to bark again because there's somebody across the street. That is the Universal Celtic Tarot by Los Scarabero. It is amazing. And I love that. It makes me laugh every time. One second. Okay, hopefully she stopped. That is the Universal Celtic Tarot. And I just dropped them all over the floor. And she's barking again. Hold on. Okay. And the bottom of the box just broke, so I'm going to have to make me a pouch for that, I think, because the box, I think, is dead. So then we have my fifth deck, which, like I said, they're in no particular order. I do have a pouch I made for it to carry it with me wherever I go, because the box and the book are humongous, but I love it that way. It is the Bone Stone and Earthwish Tarot by Evelyn Cameron, and Anatolian did the artwork. I have no words for this deck. I have no words for the book. This deck is gorgeous in every single way. Look at that Eight of Swords. I mean, gorgeous. I have nothing to say about this deck. It is gorgeous. It is amazing. It reads fantastic. It's deep. It's contemplative. I will buy everything Anatolian never does, because this is amazing artwork. And then the book that Evelyn Heron did is just wow. Look at that. She's reaching out for the life, but she's hoarding all her stuff. It just packs a punch, this one, but it's gorgeous at the same time. I love this deck. And there's the extra card, the Bruja. My favorite thing about this deck are the aces. This Ace of Cups is fantastic. It's amazing. It's everything. It's, yeah, gorgeous. Yeah. And then this Ace of Swords, the quill, it just blows my mind. I love it. Love it. Love it. There's nothing I can't say about this deck. The cardstock is fantastic. I don't know what cardstock they use, but it's gorgeous. And this is probably my favorite Chariot. The Chariot is my soul card. I don't like the Chariot in most decks, but this one, I love it. I love this whole gypsy vibe. She's marching to the beat of her own drummer. She's going her own way, and I love that. Love it. I mean, the Hermit, I mean, and then you see that, like, is that an eagle, or looks like an eagle back there behind her. I can't talk enough about this deck. Look at that. Even the Three of Swords here is just, it's gorgeous. The Ace of, no, this is a Ten of Cups. Magician, love it. This Ace of Pentacles is gorgeous as well. Two of Swords. This Death card is fantastic. Fantastic. Gorgeous. And then this Ace of Wands. I mean, the coloration in this is just gorgeous. Temperance. The Devil. Yeah, this deck is awesome. Love the colors in this. I am forever a fan of both ladies now. Probably my favorite Hierophant. It doesn't, because I don't like when they depict like religious points of view or religious aspects of it. But I love this concept that she's like this old sage that's wise and knows a lot of stuff. And then you got the owl up here. Breathtaking. And it too is edged in this fantastic red edging. Gorgeous. So yeah, that is the Bone Stone Earthwish Tarot. I'm sorry it's no longer in print. But that's in my top 5. And then I'm going to cheat a little bit. I do have one runner-up because it's slightly got edged out. It is a Kickstarter, and if you've seen my channel recently, you probably know what this deck is. But it is the Oak, Ash, and Thorn by Three Trees Tarot. Is it two or Three Trees Tarot? Hold on a second. Let me find the box. Actually, I don't need the box. I can pull up the card here. It is Three Trees Tarot, Oak, Ash, and Thorn. That's where you can find them. I don't know that this deck is still available, but it's gorgeous. It's my first animal deck I've ever bought. And I had to mention it just because I'm like, I feel really bad if I don't. But the wands are foxes. The pentacles are hares. And I don't know what cardstock this is either, but it's amazing. There's the devil. And the lover's card is 2 foxes as well, but they're not mired in these brambles and looking like they're in trouble. The cups are squirrels. And if you notice, 90% of the deck, they all have little hearts on their butts or their tails. And the coloration in this is gorgeous. Yeah, look at that. King. It's a king. Gorgeous. And I haven't worked with this as much as I wanted to, but that's just because I got so many other decks. But I have worked with it quite a bit, just not as much as the others. So this is my runner-up. And then the crows or ravens, however you choose to look at it, are the swords. That is the knight. This is the 3 of swords. 3 of wands. I love that. 3 of wands. Look at that. Sun coming up. Gorgeous. The majors, Wheel of Fortune, are with like it's at nighttime kind of looking, and then the rest of the deck is like daytime. I absolutely adore this Judgment card. Look at the butterflies. It's just gorgeous, gorgeous. This deck is beautiful as well. So I had to mention this one, even though it's my runner-up. Yeah. So it's technically 6th place. There's a night one in the minors. This tower. Gorgeous. So anyway, that's my runner-up, or my alternate, I guess, if you want to call it. That is the Oak, Ash, and Thor by 3 Trees Tarot. That is my 5 decks plus an extra that I used in 2020 that came into my collection. Now, I will say the Bone Stone and the Oak, Ash, and Thorn were produced in 2020 also. So, yeah. That's it. If you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification button so you're alerted to any future videos. And you guys have a great afternoon. Bye.